This lesson teaches students useful vocabulary for talking about their future professions and jobs. The learners also learn exercises and activities on the words related to jobs, professions, and their strategy of profession choice. The lesson rounds off with an article, after which students discuss it and ask direct and indirect questions. The lesson also includes vocabulary development, conversation activities, grammar practice, role play, reading an article, and topical discussion.
So as we have finished with that, I'd like to consider another aspect which is also very interesting in the process of applying for a job. And this is job interview. What is it important to know about job interview and how to pass it successfully? We'll discuss now in these small groups. So each group of students have 4 parts. They are all seasons of the year: autumn, spring, winter, and summer. I want each of you choose a card which you like best. What's your favorite season of the year? Take please that card. Successfully, in a good way to show all your strong points and to get this position. What you really should know about this, about how to behave for the job interview, about how to prepare for it, what to do and what not to do. So the first group will discuss all the questions. We'll work with information and work out questions, possible questions that manager can ask the applicant. The next group will be working with the questions that the applicant might ask the manager. The next group will discuss what is it important to do during the interview, how to behave and how to prepare it. And the fourth group will work with the topic how to dress to impress the manager and what you shouldn't do and how to avoid typical mistakes. So please, this is for you. Try to be very cooperative and helpful to each other. And work together. Open your copybooks and work out all these important issues, so that later on you could share this information with the others. Okay? Please, this is your topic. Okay, start working together, please. Read the information first. I will give you some time, 5 minutes, not more, and then work out the questions to the manager, the questions of the manager, the rules for the proper behavior, the rules for proper dressing. 5 minutes. Okay, now your time is up, and as Americans say, bring back the boat in now. It's high time to form new groups. Now that you have chosen your favorite seasons of the year, let's form new group. This group will be winter, the next one will be spring, then goes summer and autumn. So each of the students who has got winter, spring, and change your positions, please. Winter, all winters come here, all spring come here, summer and autumn, please be quick. So now you're in new groups, and each of you has to share the information you've got and work with your group in with each other. So do it in turns. You may speak not so loudly, do it softly, but you have to exchange the information with each other, okay? So please start please the word. So decide who will be the first to present his information. Please, questions of the manager, questions to the manager, behavior in the interview, and dressing, proper dressing. Exchange with that information. Begin please. Speak up. I want to hear your voices.
So I had a question, but I would love most it was how could you persuade me to recruit you?
Well, speak up.
We shouldn't talk negatively about current or previous employers. We should should answer, we shouldn't answer any phone or texting during the interview.
Okay. Try to be more emotional and speak up.
So I think that we have to start with the question of having manager.
I agree.
Okay, so I read the essay together.
What are the advantages for promotions?
What do you like or dislike in volunteer profession?
Do you pay annual bonus?
Will I have a
To answer some questions or to fill in the chart you see on the screen. So let us divide all the information that you have learned now and exchanged into 5 positions. First, questions of the employer, your questions to the employer. Before the interview, that means preparation, how you should prepare. At the interview, how to behave properly. And don'ts, what you shouldn't do, including dressing. Let's discuss these things quickly, but all together now. Everybody is ready to answer all the possible questions. So please, questions of the employer, one by one. What will you fill in this? How do you plan to achieve your goals? Good. Another question, Marina.
How do you evaluate success?
How do you evaluate success? Good. Another question.
What do you know about this company?
Okay. Oля?
how could you persuade me to recruit you?
How can you persuade me to recruit you? Good. Natalka?
How do you feel about your future?
Very nice. Yeah.
What are your goals for the next 5 years?
Good. Good question. What are your goals? Are there any other interesting questions which you have worked out in your groups?
Why should you leave your present job?
Why did you leave your present job? Okay. Zhenya, any questions?
What motivates you?
What motivates? Good question. Thank you. Very nice questions. Very good questions. Interesting questions, really. Your questions to the employer. Just think and tell me what you might be interested when you are hired. Okay, the questions are ready, I hope. And anyone, please, Galytska.
What are the company benefits? Can I have a company car?
Very good question. Can I have a company car? What are the benefits? Natalka?
What is the starting salary?
What is the starting salary?
How long is the paid holiday?
Good question. Paid holiday, Oля?
Do you pay annual bonuses?
Do you pay any bonuses? Annual bonuses. Good. Christmas annual bonuses.
Is it a permanent or a temporary job?
Permanent or temporary job?
Does the job suppose a high pension?
Does the job suppose a high pension?
What do fringe bonuses include?
What do fringe bonuses include?
What is the starting salary?
Starting salary. It was mentioned already. And what's that?
How long is the paid holiday?
How long is the paid holiday? You did listen to this group. It was asked already. Thank you. Before the interview, how should you prepare for the interview? What have you learned from your colleagues, from your partners? Please. Who knows? Who is an expert now on the question how to prepare for the interview? What should you do before the interview? Please. Who starts? What should you do, Natalka?
You have to look appropriately and keep calm.
And keep calm. Good advice, thank you. What another recommendation can be? Tadej?
First, you must dress nicely. You must be dressed nicely.
You must be dressed nicely. What you mean nicely?
Suppose
Dressed down, dressed up, or what should the clothes be like?
it must be appropriate.
Appropriate, yeah, to the situation. The situation is professional meeting, so the clothing should be
Also professional.
also professional, smart, smart suit, official dressing.
You should prepare the questions to the manager.
Yeah, you should think of the possible questions to the manager. That's one of the issues of the preparation for the
And
interview.
you have to think about the questions that manager can tell you.
Can ask you, good, and be ready to some possible questions of the manager. Okay, is there anything else, Martin?
You should practice talking.
You should practice.
Talking about your education and previous job.
Okay, you should be ready to talk about your education, about all the information from your resume, from your CV. Good, thank you. At the interview, what are the recommendations? How to behave at the very interview? What I know.
First of all, I have to go alone.
Without anybody to support you.
Without friends, without children, and some other people.
Okay, perfect. Good. Angelina?
Create calm and support so you make just a person who takes the interview process seriously and understands the nature of the industry in which you are trying to become employed.
Which you are trying to get. Yeah, that's your industry that you try to get. Good.
You shouldn't ask manager some private questions.
Good recommendation. You shouldn't ask the hiring manager private questions. It is not good. It is not polite.
At the interview, you must look directly to the manager.
You must look directly at the manager. Good. Yeah.
You shouldn't look negatively about previous employer.
Yeah, that's also right. Never speak negatively about your previous manager. Marina?
You can ask any questions that you have about this job, and such as benefits, salary, hours.
Working hours, yeah, that's right.
To dress a higher standard that you might need to.
Yeah, and dress to a higher standard that you might need to. Why do you think it's very important to dress really smart?
Because the employer dress standard and you will be dressing too.
If you want to make a strong impression, probably. It won't take you more than 5 minutes to make that good impression. At the best, you can have 15 minutes to impress the employer positively before he blackballed your candidature. Yeah? Good, thank you. And don't. The last issue, the last point is what you shouldn't do, what is categorically forbidden to do at the
You shouldn't
interview.
ask with the cell phone or texting during the interview.
That is extremely impolite to answer the cell phone or to text during the interview. I can't imagine that.
You shouldn't give too much personal information.
About yourself, yeah? You shouldn't give too much personal information. Why? It's not good. Maybe you want to show what kind of personality you are and what person they will have around them. Isn't it good?
I think if you give too much personal information, you will look impolite and cheeky.
Impolite and cheeky. Good. What else? What else which is forbidden to do, which is categorically impolite?
You shouldn't appear disinterested.
You shouldn't appear, disinterested. Yeah, I think if you want to get this position, you should look really very interested, very enthusiastic. Yeah, if you really want to get that job. And what else?
And you also shouldn't ask the higher manager personal info.
And you shouldn't ask the hiring manager personal questions. Yeah. Yeah, because even if you want to bond with him and to get closer to him, it's also not polite. Nevertheless, it's not polite. Okay, so we have discussed the things now. Some more questions. Please, next slide. Some general questions about the interview. What actually is the interview? So what can getting a job you want sometimes depend on? Now everybody knows that it depends on what? On a successful job interview. If you pass that successfully, that's really something. What is a job interview now? Define yourself. Make a definition. What actually a job interview is.
It's when you try to find a job and when the employer tries to find out about you and if you're suited to this job.
Yeah, when an employer tries to find out if you're suited for the job. Actually, that's all so much about job interview. Now everybody knows that. What will the employer try to find out during the job interview? You have partially answered the question. He wants to find out if you suit the job, if you will be a successful worker, employee, and if you can benefit something for the company. Maybe has got an appointment. We have discussed that, but now in general, what he has to do. Please, summarize everything we have said.
I think he has to thank for the interview.
First of all, probably by the end of the interview, he has to thank the manager for the time. Good.
And he must ensure that the interviewer knows how to contact him or
Okay. Okay. So the interviewer must know how to contact the person. Good. And you should figure out that question. What should the applicant do before the interview? We have also discussed that, but a general idea,
You
please.
must practice talking about your experience and education, and you must to be prepared to explain your skills and abilities. And you must
Be dressed
appropriately.
properly. Good. So all together. Good recommendation. What should the applicant express at the end of the interview? Roma has told us he has to thank you, the interviewer, and to find out. Well, repeat that you phrase. If the interviewer
knows how to contact.
competition. That's right. What should the applicant do during the interview? Categorically, we have mentioned all these things, but in general, to recapitulate everything, to put it all together, who will make a conclusion, please? Amelia. What you have really remembered from all we have said?
The applicant shouldn't give too much personal information.
You remember that? Good. What did you remember, Edward?
And he shouldn't talk negatively about
previous boss. Right here. What else you have remembered?
He shouldn't ask manager personal information.
Personal information. Behave properly and be dressed properly. And how should the applicant be dressed? We have all come to an agreement, to a conclusion that an applicant should be dressed properly. Smart suits and official style. Yeah? That will be the most appropriate style, official style. Thank you. Good. Now I'd like you to watch a real-life interview between two people. Your task is to watch attentively and to answer some questions after the interview. Please.
Now you're going to watch a movie.
Well, we're interested in your application for the position of project manager.
Well, I'm very excited about the position.
Well, I can see from your resume that you have a lot of work experience.
Yes, I've had many job responsibilities.
What do you consider your greatest strength?
I'm very reliable. I always try to do my work on time.
I see. Very good. May I ask you what your greatest weakness is?
I have difficulty saying no, so I often work overtime. Sometimes I even forget what my company's normal working hours are.
Very impressive. May I ask you why you'd like to work for this company?
Your organization is very successful and known throughout the world.
So you hope to have an international career?
Yes, I've studied abroad before, but haven't worked for an international company yet.
Well, we may be able to give you that chance. As soon as we review all of our candidates, we will let you know our decision.
Thank you. I look forward to hearing from you.
Oh, that's it. Now, some questions after the interview. First of all, tell me, will this candidature be successful? Will it be taken or not? How do you think, judging by the scene you have seen?
I think he has a great chance.
He has a great chance. So do I. I also think he has a great chance. Now let's discuss